it only gets better from here. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As the title suggests, I got accepted into medical laboratory school. So I applied back in October of 2019 and I heard back this month, so now it's February 2020, and I got my decision. So it's been quite the process. The first thing I'm gonna do is read you guys the email, and y'all will have to bear with me because I'm gonna have this glare from the window on my glasses, but I cannot see without them. So without further ado, okay. Hello, Dominique. Thank you for submitting your request to enter the competitive selection process for the clinical laboratory science program. Your application has been reviewed by our committee. Congratulations! You have been accepted into the clinical laboratory program, which will begin this summer on Tuesday, May 26, 2020. Please email the program director to let her know that you are accepting your seat into the program and are ready to begin classes in May. Please make sure to include your contact information as she will be emailing you orientation information. Thank you and congrats again. Okay, so this is great. I'm so happy. I'm glad that I got into a program where I feel like I can enjoy it as well as learn a lot from this program. So this is essentially the start of me documenting my journey towards becoming a medical laboratory scientist. For those of you who do not know, medical or clinical laboratory science and technology is a healthcare field dedicated to discovering the presence of disease. So the medical lab assures accurate and reliable test results that contribute to the prevention, the diagnosis, and prognosis of a patient's physiological or pathological condition. So in other words, the medical lab scientists and technicians are the ones who analyze and test human specimens, which includes body fluids or blood, things of that nature, for the purpose of supporting patient diagnosis. So any findings or data is then sent to the physician for them to decide on the best course of treatment for the patient. Now, that was a very vague explanation, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what kind of career I'm pursuing. As far as working in a medical laboratory in the United States, the standard way is to go through ASCP, which is the American Society of Clinical Pathology. They are the gold standard for national accreditation for the whole United States. So if you are in a state like mine, so I live in Georgia, they do acknowledge AMT and AAB agencies. But like I said, ASCP is nationally accredited and nationally recognized. So there are several different routes that you can take to become eligible for board examination. My current route is considered 4+1, so I have a 4-year degree in life science, and I am pursuing attendance in a 1-year clinical laboratory training program that is NAACLS accredited. If you are interested in going into lab science or technology, you have to get a NAACLS approved program. And there is a national list that I can include down below in the description. And I will definitely leave more information about how to get certified just in case anybody else is interested. Now, a little bit more about me. I'm just gonna talk about what got me to this point of getting accepted into the program of my choice. I found out about medical laboratory science back in 2017. So I was a junior in college. I was actually enrolled in my 3rd semester of a BSN level program to become a registered nurse. And what I mean by that is I had already done 2 years of prereqs. So I had basically did the first 3 semesters out of 6 semesters to graduate with a nursing degree. With that being said, a lot of things happened that particular semester. A lot of factors came into play that led me to the conclusion that I was not fit to have a career so heavily centered around direct patient care. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I'm not here to bash it. I'm not here to talk bad about it. It's just that it wasn't for me. That semester, I took a step back and realized that I had to rethink my whole career choice. I know I wanted to go into healthcare, so I started looking into what concepts that I was really interested in. So that included microbiology, disease causation, and infection control. Now, sometime in 2018, I decided to quit the nursing program and change my major to biology. Around this time, I also got the chance to go to the Southeast headquarters of the American Red Cross. I got a first-hand look into what a medical laboratory scientist does. And that's when my heart knew that this was the career for me. Moving on, like I said, I changed my major to biology. Most of my upper-level biology coursework was centered in clinical microbiology. So I had in-depth courses in bacterial pathogenesis, which is the process of how bacteria cause infections in their host. So that can mean a host like humans or other animals, insects, even plants is what that class was around. So I did bacterial pathogenesis, medical microbiology, medical mycology, and emerging pathogens, which that class was crazy. So it was an in-depth look into all kinds of microbes, so the span of pathogens, and that includes bacteria, viruses, fungi, nematodes, and protozoa. We looked at all pathogens that are like relatively endemic in the United States. We also looked at pathogens that have been epidemics and have been pandemics throughout the world. And we also studied pathogens that scientists are concerned about in the future. So that course scared the shit out of me. That class had me shook, y'all. Anyways, so I also took courses in things like organic chemistry, biochemistry, human anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, human pathophysiology 1 and 2, pharmacology 1 and 2, and comparative physiology. So I was essentially preparing myself for a career in the medical laboratory. Fast forward to July 2019, I ended up graduating with my Bachelor's of Science in Biology with a pre-professional concentration. So at my school, that's basically pre-med. And it's coincidentally, the classes that are required for medical laboratory school are also required for medical school. So it was only right for me to choose a pre-med concentration. In July 2019, I graduated. I also decided that I wanted a gap year. I did not want to go to school right away, right after I graduated. I needed a break. So I ended up getting a job as an adjunct, part-time, teaching biologies at a local technical college. So that's what I'm doing now. On the side and on holidays, I work as a medication aide / CNA, which I have been a CNA for 4 years now, which, wow, that's crazy. Anyway, by October of 2019, I applied to my program. I decided by location, the program types, the required prerequisites, and the application deadlines. And I took a chance, I put all my eggs in one basket and I applied to one program. And it just so happened to work out for me. The program I applied to required a cumulative GPA of 3.0 and above for competitive selection eligibility. On top of that, there were science prereqs. There were a lot of other application components, and that included like a statement of purpose and an academic resume. So the committee basically wanted to see that you are a well-rounded student. The only thing they did not require was an applicant interview and an entrance exam. So, which is a benefit to me because that's less things I had to do to apply to this program. But most other programs do require that you do an applicant interview just to see if you are a good fit for the program, as well as the entrance exam, especially if you already have a 4-year degree. So they want to see that you are adept in knowledge for this level of program type, I guess. So if you would like to know more about my application experience, just leave a comment below or message me and I will answer any questions that you have. The potential cohort will begin May 2020 and finish around December 2021. And upon completion, I will be able to sit for the ASCP board examination in medical laboratory science. As far as my future plans go, I just want to learn as much as I can in this program. My goal would be to work in a medical microbiology laboratory. Maybe if I find a big enough hospital or a big enough lab, then I can work and subspecialize in like bacteriology or mycology. Like that would be so great. I think that would be my dream job. But I think if I was to go that route, I would probably have to get into like a public health lab for the government, or I think that would be more along the lines of research. So I would have to get my master's, which eventually I will go back to school for my master's, but I am very grateful for the opportunity to put it off for as long as possible because I'm very indecisive of what I want to get it in. Like I'm stuck between a master's in microbiology and a master's in public health or a master's in computer science. So that's all for this video. I do plan on doing periodic updates of my progress throughout the program, so if you are interested in that, then definitely subscribe to my channel. I will also make videos to give tips to anyone else planning on going into a medical laboratory program. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up with my journey to clinical laboratory science.